Testing, testing. Victor Yankee Golf radio check. Looks like we're 5x5. 18th of January. Been back at work for a week now. Finally got a good night's sleep. Which has advantages and disadvantages, I suppose. Well, that's interesting. Doesn't look like it's quite talking to it yet, so... Nope, not going through. That's okay. Alright, let's take the G up. Why not? It's a problem coming back to work after some vacation time. You start to realize how much of life is being demanded of you to make money. Like, for no particular reason other than, I don't know, it's just odd. There's lots of other things I'd like to do, but of course none of them would have me have a sustainable lifestyle, so you get kind of stuck in the job you're in the city you're in. I suppose it's one thing if you really love what you're doing and you're good enough at it that everyone's like, hey, we can give you a good lifestyle. I'll give you. You've earned a good lifestyle. Just keep doing what you're doing. We all enjoy it enough that here you go. Can't say that I enjoy my work that much. Keep doing things that are connected to it, that are keep me interested in things. You know, keep learning, because that's kind of important too. All right, let's see where we're at. Who do we got here? Me and Rover 7 2016, Simple Ivan, and Modelo 1537. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Anyone doing high cover? Don't see any. All right.
Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.
Who are you? Oh, you're here to interfere. That's okay. Oh, you were coming up to defend your bombers. Fair enough. Oh, but we got it, so.
today. We'll be
Good
waiting
game.
for you back home.
Howdy, howdy. Oof, I survived. Yay. Number 3. Yeah, my aim's a little off today. I mean, it could be just a data rate thing too. Hard to say. Let's have a look. Improve supplies, nice. 10 aerial targets, critical damage to 9, assist in destroying 1, 6 attack flight aircraft. Oh, so I only really got 2 of the enemies. Interesting. Top points, but not top pilot. Ah, interesting. Okay. What does this guy need? Does he need anything? Upgrades. Oh, he's upgraded. So it's just accumulating points to get to the next level. Because it's a tier 7, so next would be tier 8. And then tier 9 and tier 10. I don't have any 8s. Oh no, I've got 1 8. I got that guy. But I have no 9s, and there's no improvement path out of him. That's a 7, because I don't have an 8, or a 9, or a 10 bomber, so... Why don't we... How's the paint job there? 3 hours left. Nice. And I just finished getting the engine upgraded, so... What's he got? Engine start, fire extinguisher. Can't take full advantage of that one yet. I do get the engine resistance to critical damage. I don't get the resistance to fire and the tolerance for AA guns yet, because it needs to be fully improved. So that's my most experienced bomber crew, so let's go! The weird thing about this one is there are no forward firing guns on it. Just really frustrating when you're out of bombs, or perhaps your team has taken all the bombing targets. Though you do seem to get points for bombing your own, but that's like anti-points, though, I should think. Don't know if it's good that they give you points for that. Kind of could encourage someone to go, you know what, I'm going to take out all my teammates. I'm going to defect halfway through the battle and just start shooting everybody down. Okay. Garrison.
Attention.
Airbase.
You are entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Okay, let's garrison. Yeah, garrison. Warlock. Who else do we see there?
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
Let's see. Warlock, Alex, 1425. Myself and Dadak, 1970. This might sound crazy, but I'm going to do a run down the flight line here. See if I can get through.
Stay alert, pilots. Large enemy force spotted over the airfield.
Oof. Ah. And they took the airfield. Fair enough. I don't really have an aircraft that could do much about their airfield. But someone's who picked up, the duck picked up the moonbat. Oh, yeah. There's a P-61 out there for you to go hit, my friend. Find him. Now I need to get past the airfield. Oh. Heck, only 2 bombs. Let's change our tactics slightly. What? Are you doing what I think you're doing? How would I do what I think I'm doing? Too far below me for me to worry about. See how well this does. Seriously?
The enemy has control of all key objects. You cannot leave it like that.
Johan!
They've almost got us.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Not a lot I can do. I got 1 bomb left. Come on.
You've done what you could.
Nope.
Go back to base.
Good game. Good game. Got smacked about the ears. That's okay. I haven't actually tried this guy from high altitude, so maybe I should. Might increase my survivability. Maybe. Hard to say. I got 4 anti-aircraft sights. So slowly but surely, sword thrust gets improved. Critical damage to Morris. Knocked out twice. Warlock and Johan. 9 ground targets. The duck. Yeah, Warlock, yeah, did pretty decent. Alright, let's go again. I know our paint job's about to expire. I think their thinking was you'd earn gold through, completing missions, all that kind of stuff, and then you'd buy the different paint jobs for your aircraft using the gold, and then of course you can just swap between whatever ones you want. Or if you didn't want to wait, then you could give them actual money and buy the gold and then do it. I'm cheap though. Okay, where are we? We have a military base. Gotta take the military base.
Attention! You are entering the combat zone.
Which one we
Get
got?
ready for battle. Good luck.
Yeah, we're gonna go for the military base first. Well, I am. The X-55. Cover me if you like. I don't know what the different special key commands are to order the bots to do things for me, so
Pilots,
I was
get
guessing
ready
at it for a bit.
Let's go.
Okay. We're going fast. Okay, that should have helped us a long ways.
Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.
I have to count on you guys. I'm going to count on you guys getting that base, getting that command center. So I am reloading with bombs.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base. Take action.
Yeah.
The enemy has captured the command center. Don't let them gain a foothold. Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over. They've almost got us.
Oof. Yeah, not doing very well.
Back in. There's no way to break through to you now. You're on your own.
Someone left the game?
All positions are captured by the enemy. You must turn the tide of the battle.
I will when I have bombs.
Turn back. The enemy force is
No,
too
no, I
strong.
won't. What? How am I number one? We got beat pretty soundly there. Number one. Hmm. 8 anti-aircraft batteries. That's good. Damaged the B-17. Knocked out 3 times by defense aircraft. 12 ground targets. Okay then, I guess. Well then. Paint shop. 3 hours left on my paint job, which is the universal one. How much is the 288C? 82,000. So we got a ways to go before we can afford it. But that's okay because we got a ways to go. Need to get far more capture points. 17 aerial targets. Oh my stars. By the gunner. Yo, you guys are going to be here for a while. That's all I can say. After all, you want to leave the aircraft in better condition than the way you found it before you give it to the next crew. So, no, maybe I should do it so that the first crew takes it to elite status, and the next crew takes it to specialist status. Of course, the elite status is the fastest one to get. Yeah, made it to the weekend, get to relax, play a little bit, but house is still an absolute wreck from before Christmas when I was sick and I couldn't do any of the cleanup, and of course being at work all week. I think in some ways that's what not inspires you to have short sleep, but you do all this work and then it's like, yeah, but what about my life and the things I want to be able to look at? So you do some of that, but then you wind up, cutting sleep out because, well, if you're asleep, you're not doing your life. And then you get so tired that you can't think straight, and then you can't really do your life. Your inspiration drops away. Everything just seems to drop off. So sleep, though it seems to take things away from life, actually gives you the reason to do it. So, all right, this isn't a strategic goal, but let's see if we can get us a plant. Well, and the aircraft battery. Oh, I wasn't the only one thinking that way.
Attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them.
Okay, anti-aircraft with a battery right there.
All positions are captured by the enemy. You must turn the tide of the battle.
He's coming for me. Oh, didn't manage to get lined up on him. I knew it wasn't going to take much to take me out, but I figured if I could ram him. Maybe Rascal, you're doing pretty good. Okay, I should have picked the strategic move and gone for that first. Oh well.
The enemy is about to win.
Defeat
Push
possible.
harder.
Defeat occurring. I'm not even going to make it to target before it's over.
You've done what you could. Go back to base.
Yeah, no. Good game. Oh, Mudkip. I recognize you. I recognize you, sir. Oof. Well, maybe I got a couple anti-aircraft guns. I mean, progress is progress, even if it's slight. And hey, yeah, 2. Oh yeah, you did decent. And I did not. Sweet. Go, go, go. All right. Yeah, I haven't researched this particular aircraft. I don't know what sort of bombing it was designed to do, or I just know I've got lots of the explosives they want you to spend money on in inventory, so that's what I'm using with it to try and increase my damage. I suppose I could have thrown on a aircraft experience perk or whatever. I'm not going to be at this too much longer. I need to go do housework. But that's okay.
You're approaching the area of combat operations. Be ready.
Okay, let's be strategic. I'm getting the command center. Okay, well, I'm going to go attack the command center.
Show me what you can do, pilots. Let's roll.
All right. Bad dog. Hey. That one I think I can take out with one bomb. Warlock. Oh, you're back.
Attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them.
Bad dog. Can't happen. Beautiful. Oof. Ah. Bad dog into flow. There.
Victory is in sight. Keep it up. There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Return to base. Do you copy?
Hmm. Maybe we can follow some of these other guys, though. Not you. Where is he? Bad dog. Yeah. Beautiful. Oof.
I'm proud of you, pilots. Head back home.
I did all right. Didn't make the top 3, but I did all right. Keep earning some experience and you'll eventually get the next level bomber. Woo! Oh, it did pretty decent getting anti-aircraft guns at least. Needed to capture more sectors and destroy more ground targets. Critical damage to... Oh, I got the pilot. Ah! Nice. Help destroy 6. Oh yeah, you guys out there kicking butt. Good job. You guys too. Once more. Yeah, I suppose grinding is part of this game too. Getting the aircraft and the skills and everything, get those up. Does make it frustrating when you're first getting going. I mean, it's still fun, but it's like, oh, and he got me in his sights and brap, I'm down. But at least, unlike War Thunder, you just respawn. It's not like, well, you've got another airplane
You are
here.
entering the
Just different
combat
game
zone.
mechanic.
Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Oh, you're on my side this time. It's all just garrisons. Okay. Good to know. Woohoo! Alright.
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
I see no need to make myself a target. Okay. No! Ah! Get out of here before we're at the target. Too late. Guang Ho. Yes, Moonbat. Alright.
any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over.
Oof. BX-55. Mm-hmm. P-47 November. Taking on the bombers.
You've done what you could. Go back to base.
Good game. And my gunner got one aircraft. So only 16 needed to go now. Woo! Had to put him in the right position though. Good game, mate. Come on. Kwang Ho. One multi-role fighter. Did you get me what? Yes. Oh yes, he was in the moon bat. Ah. Grind, grind, grind away. Oh, we've been at this for an hour now. I think it's time to move along. But first, we'll do one more. Or maybe we'll jump in a jet for a few minutes. Garrison, garrison, garrison. Airbase.
You are approaching the area of combat operations. Be ready.
We'll garrison it.
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
Yahoo! Oh, come on. There we go.
Stay alert, pilots. Large enemy force spotted over the airfield.
Yep, it is. Yes, I am under anti-aircraft fire. Oh dear. Leonardo Canciaco. There we go. Got our bombs back. It's okay. I think I might have managed to hit you and turn off your repair. Which is perfect. Not like
Be
that.
advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. Will soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Oof. My damaged bomber didn't stand a chance. Wolf game.
You've done what you could. Go back to base.
Good game. I don't need cap locks. Oh, I got top. Nice. Knocked down twice by concierge. That's okay. "17 ground targets, that's pretty good. Mausmeister. And 12 more anti-aircraft guns. Nice. What do you get for that? First money equals, yeah, it's completed, but what do you get? Oh, just increased experience. Oh, that's handy. Procurement system. Procurement system. Oof. All right. Well, do we want to keep bombing? Nah, let's do something a little different. Yeah, we'll take up a jet. Sure. Let's take up the 262. See what field we get. Hopefully we'll get one with a, that has like a command center and or two and so I can attack bomber waves. Oh, 2 command centers and a mining plant and a couple garrisons. No airfield though. All right.
Attention. You are entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Ooh, it's an 8-9 split. Nice. Zigzag 2021. And to flow.
Tell me what you can do, pilots. Let's roll.
Yes. I thought these guys had some high cover. I'm not seeing any. I can't outmaneuver those guys. How did he get me? Oof. Yeah, maybe flying bombers a little too long.
Bomber squadron detected. Engage them immediately.
Oh, I gotta watch out for you. Oh, I saw you. Oof, Stanislav. You did a good job. Yes, they are.
Be advised, the line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Oof.
Go back to base.
Feels like an A10, but doesn't turn as well. Neum. Yes, it is zoomy, but it's not super maneuverable. You gotta do the blast and dash thing. Oof. Well, I'll do one more. I want to at least win one in the aircraft. Tier 8 heavy fighter. I guess I do have an A tier. Well, I guess I did earn one tier 8 aircraft. But it is not yet specialized. Oof, hour and a half spent goofing off, not playing. It's not only goofing off. I mean, we do need to play. Those people who are like, oh, well, no, it's all got to be pushing for profit and all that kind of stuff. It's like, have we ever stopped to consider that perhaps they don't have it right? Even though they have all the material stuff, that perhaps they're, good day, how's the game? Marky Mark. Well, it's all right. I'm just about finished here. Been playing for an hour and a half. Got some housework I've neglected all week, so dishes and stuff, you know, that life stuff. Got to go do that at some point. Haven't played in a long, long time. Yeah, I've got a few like that. I look over, it's like, oh, I do have that game. I suppose if you play it if you have fun, right? If you stop having fun, then yeah, take a break. They are called games. You're a beta tester. Nice. Well, maybe. You got to see all the problems firsthand. I find it somewhat enjoyable. It's very arcade-like, and I think that's good. All these serious flying games where it's like, oh, we want to make it hyper-realistic. It's like, well, I mean, that has its place too, but I gave my son my joystick. He just gave it back not long ago. Yeah, they made a few changes in it, I think, depending how long ago it was you played. Apparently, it's improved quite a bit. I've seen a few people criticizing it, saying, "Oh, the planes are bullet sponges." I mean, yeah, compared to actual airplanes, yes, but you can only do so much. You got to make some compromises to keep it fun and playable. I'm not getting my guns on anything. Come fly with me. I'll circle around a whole bunch. There we go, finally. There we go. Oh, you. Gotta remember I got rockets too. I see no sense shooting when I can't hit. No, no. Ah. I made race maps for the old clan back in the day. You could modify the mini-map and colors on the map and make paths to follow. That'd be fun. It used to be kill enemy, no waypoints. Then they changed it to waypoints, owning like the other games. Yeah. Okay, it was just head-to-head. No, I think having the waypoints and the goals, as it were, was a good thing. After all, it wasn't too often that they just went head-to-head. It was never like, let's battle. It was like, no, defend this factory, defend this airfield. It was head-to-head, usually ended up hunting down the enemy bomber or two that kept the match going. Yeah, they go up to, stupid 100,000 feet. Trying to find where he went. All right, Henry, let's see if we can catch up with him. There we go. I see they added a lot of new planes in your list. Oh yeah, no, they've got lots of planes, and they have lots of exclusive planes. Oh, you're very maneuverable, sir. I don't stand much of a chance against you. But that bomber... 15. What's your favorite to fly? Hard to say. They're so different. In fact, that's one of the nice things is, I mean, yeah, it's not hyper realistic, flying wise, no instruments, none of that. But the relative performance of the aircraft are really well matched. Like the tactics that would work do work, and the dangers of different types are the dangers you have to watch out for. Like, you can fly circles and a zero around a lot of things, but don't let them get behind you. The bombers are interesting. I mean, I knew that Bomber Command had a tough time in the actual conflicts, but yeah, survival is nasty. Like, good luck. So in that way, that's kind of nice. A little more realistic that way, I suppose. What was I doing shooting at the airbase? I had looked forward to getting a 262 because I thought, oh, this will be cool. Get to fly the first jet fighter. And it's like, it's a brick. Work all the same for the airframes. Boom and zoom. Yeah, turn and fight with zeros. Looking for. You should have fun. There doesn't seem to be a lot of trolls around or anything. Well, the 109s, you can do quite a bit of maneuvering too. I've got all my whole attack thing set up wrong here. Oof.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Return to base. Do you copy?
Okay. Oh, hello.
The enemy is about to win. Push harder. The command centers are ours. Awaiting help from the front headquarters. The threat to the complex eliminated. Way to go.
Yay! My favorite back in the day was the P90. Ooh. Yeah, I've managed to get in the loot boxes. I've managed to get a few exclusive planes, which is nice. I still think they make them too hard to get. Too much money. Ooh, got a damaged engine. They're coming for me.
Shape up. This is our last chance.
Oof.
Turn back. The enemy
Nope.
force is too
Defeated.
strong.
Well, we did all right. What do we get? Flying Paladin. Oh, let's give our good games to everybody. What's that? Flying Shield. Air to ground. Don't think I've got that one before. Yeah, it's fun. I think you'll enjoy what they've done with it. I don't know if you still have your ID or whatever in there. That'd be good, because then you wouldn't have to work from the ground up. That does take a while. You do? Nice. Hopefully they'll give you all your all the aircraft and anything else you had earned. Prorated, however they had to for the updates. Improve supplies. Woo! Yeah, if you attack aircraft, nice, and yeah, the Yak-15 got me. Oh, there he goes. I'm curious, what was Some of these awards I haven't got before. Maximum effectiveness in fulfilling battle for sectors. Okay, I must have earned enough there. Hero of the Sky, I got those. Flying Shield for achieving maximum effectiveness in air-to-ground attack interception. Oh, so for intercepting bombers and stuff. Ah, okay. And yeah. Huh, neat. Yay. Yeah, I've got a few. And most, I think today I flew Germans the whole time. But they got the 10 tiers. They got different American aircraft, and here we'll go to the tech tree. That shows better. So just start there. There's your assortment of American aircraft. Up to the Sabres, I think. Oh, there's your XF-90, your F-84s. But of course, everyone starts at when you start tier 1. Your Russian aircraft. As you see, I don't have too many of those. German aircraft. I have a few more of those. They charge so much. You also remember it was key to have a great pilot. Yes. Yeah, I kind of figured that out fairly quickly, and it's like, oh, all right then. So I started concentrating on the pilots. And of course, hangar space, they want you to spend actual money on, so I would sell off the aircraft and move to the next tier. You get a bunch of gold and low tier, low 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those are fun too. I like going back in there and just zip around a bit. Yeah, not as many Japanese planes, but they didn't have so many. UK and the British planes, they don't really have any of the bombers. I mean, they got the Blenheim and Bullfighter, but no real bombers. That 209 was a fast race plane. Yeah. Where do we got that here? I don't have one of those yet. Where's the 209? There you go. Yeah, I don't have that guy yet. I think I've managed to do the research on it, but where's there one over here? Oh, this guy. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's the one you got to spend gold on. Yeah, they did have a special pilot in an event recently for the D. She has some special skills that allow the aircraft to lower stall speed and all these other things at higher altitudes. So that's been interesting. Of course, it's only valid on that aircraft. So if you move her to a different aircraft, she loses that pilot bonus, which is, it's like, aw. Yeah, and European, there's a couple different ones there. Not a lot. And China is mostly the borrowed, or the borrowed aircraft. I'd still like to see a couple British bombers at least. Well, like for sure the Lancaster. Give options for bomb loads, like allow you to use the, earn the tall boys or the Grand Slams. I mean, that'd be a tough choice because it's like it does massive damage, but you can carry one, and then you have to reload. So I think there's some development that could be done there. But overall, it's like I said, it seems to be fairly well balanced. Your different, well, it took me, embarrassed to say it took me till this year, because I think I've played it on and off for a couple of years now. It took me to realize that that your different components can be, how to enhance them properly and calibrate them and all that. The calibration seemed to make sense to me, but the enhancement, I didn't realize it stacked. Yeah, they've got reloading for bombers, so you don't have to fly back to a base or anything, but you just have to wait for a time to expire, and then your bomb load's reloaded. Same with the rockets and bombs on your fighter bombers and things like that. There's no limit of ammunition, of course, for regular ammunition, but yeah, they had to add that element in. But yeah, some of the enhancements that you get here for the components that like I sat there and I would win aircraft parts and stuff, and I thought, oh well, I guess they're useful for something. I never looked into it, but you can buy your different enhancements, like here's improved armor for your engines, but then you can enhance them. Well, you enhance them, and when you select it as yes, that's good, it now moves it up, and you can enhance it again, and they kept stacking. I couldn't figure out why it had the slider bar when I could never get it above like 10 or 12. I thought, well, I guess they want you to just keep rolling the dice and seeing how high you could get it. And it's like, I can't be bothered. I'll just improve the pilots. So now I've got pilots that are improved, but then you get things like, your equipment that gives you big resistance to fire, or you get your sights here. Come on. That's your gun sights. Oh yeah, the clans are good. Yeah, I had one guy actually. I was flying one of the German bombers, and a guy was caught my stream, and he's like, "Why are you flying so high?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" Well, I guess he likes flying the bombers on the Euro server, and he's like, "No, go between 700 and 1,000 meters," and that made a huge difference because I'd spend half my time getting up to altitude, and then get intercepted, and that was that. But it's like, yeah, you get your pilots with your skills, so you have plus 10 damage, and then you can actually improve the equipment to increase the accuracy of your armament and everything. And it was like, what? Because I couldn't figure out I'd have a good pilot, and I'd go up against someone, and he'd be outmaneuvering me, and it's like, that shouldn't be possible. It's like, yeah, well, his pilot was improved, and his equipment was all maxed out. It's like, oh, dang. But yeah, I find it fun. Like, it can be a lot of fun. They also have what is it for equipment here? They have things like sparklers, but I like the smoke flares. They're just fun because as you maneuver around the different colored, you leave colored smoke trails off your wingtips. I haven't tried the fireworks, but I think when you activate them, you launch fireworks at the person in front of you instead of shooting at them, which it's just stuff for fun, which is good. That's what it's supposed to be. You do see the odd guy now who's super serious and gets all grumpy or starts swearing or whatever, and it's like, come on, man. I don't really go into the chat line much when I'm flying because, well, I had trouble going in and out. See, the old way, the altitude was God. You spent the first few parts just climbing to avoid contact. Yeah, I've seen guys do that still. Yeah, there's guys who take their bombers up to nosebleed altitudes, and you're just like, I can't get to them. But, it's like, how much fun is that for gameplay? It's like, well, hopefully he's having fun because, no one's going to be up there with him. He's above anti-aircraft, so they're not actually shooting him. But your bombing accuracy, I think they might have adapted that a little bit. They've dropped the bombing accuracy when you're that high. And I mean, yeah, your bomb sight was on the target, but the little reticule that goes around, it can land sort of anywhere in there, and it's more than likely to miss your target when you're that high. So the American heavy bombers that were for carpet bombing, they work really well from high altitudes. The German ones, it was like I'd go over the target and I'd try to be as accurate as I could, and it's like all my bombs would miss. It was like, This guy came on, he's like, why are you flying so high? No, go low. And I did, and that actually made it a lot more fun, and I could actually hit targets fairly decently. So, but yes, go have fun, and yeah, there's more if you want to have more opponents. If you log into the European server, I mean, it's not this. You don't get the same gear. It's like a different account, really. So I've got some tier 1 and tier 2. I think I have one tier 3 aircraft over there because the North American server went down, and so I went over there and just started, goofing around, having fun. And some guy started commenting, going, "Oh, I haven't seen you around." And another guy had a fully outfitted, what was it, Focal 52 or 57? It was all shiny aluminum, like tier 3. Maxed out because he was flying so you could actually get to him, but then his gunner just takes you out. But it was fun, and this other guy's like, "Oh, he likes seal clubbing," and it was funny. Nice. I think I've been on a different server other than US. Yeah, it's different. It's just a little different. Like some of the little tweaks are different, and I don't know. Everyone seems friendly enough there to seal clubbing. Yeah, yeah. When you take your maxed out pilot and aircraft and just go around and roast all the newbies, it's like that's not fun though, really. But yeah, nah, it's nice. You can get in with good groups during the events. And then everyone kind of helps each other out. Like the Christmas event, they've got it set up so that if you get above so many points, you get a piece of candy, and that's what progresses you through the event. So of course, if everyone is reasonable and coordinates, both teams stay, take bases to be evenly matched, and then you fly around hitting all the bots so that everybody can earn their piece of candy. And that's nice when it works out. Other times you get in there even during the event, and some guy in a maxed out plane goes around and he just blows the crap out of everything, and the game's over and nobody got any candy. Don't know if friend finding works. I'm not sure either. I've noticed a few people you can just click on them and send them a message and go, "Hey, great game." Woods. Oh, no offense if not. Usually I jump on before work for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes just to get my dailies in. I don't know if they had it back then, but if you log in, fly, and get above, like, I think it's 3,000 points of personal points, then you get your daily bonus or whatever. And if you do that for a week, you get a chest. Yeah, they still have those. And so yeah, I go on before work, so I'm on there for 20, 30 minutes, just a couple flights. And that's usually the time I spend. On the weekends, I get a little more. Like today, I've been playing for almost 2 hours. But again, that's my chance to go do my housework. So I was just finishing up. I thought I'd take the jet up a bit. It was toss up between the 262 or the Vampire. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun still. I think it's still fun. I mean, other ones that I don't think I think I did try War Thunder a bit, and it's challenging. I couldn't get my flight stick to work. I've got an older one, of course, because I gather lots of my hardware from the recycling place in town. So I got a bit of an older flight stick, but it's a Satec Cyborg Evo. But of course, they list all the different supported ones, and that's not one of them. They have some others by the same manufacturer, but I could not find an interface that got it to work. And of course, that means you're left using keyboard, and with that game, that means full control deflection with each key press. So Son's happy, and DL, he wants to see the legend play. I'm like, whatever. Don't pay up so high that on a pedestal. No, you'll have fun. You'll have fun, and it's a hoot. Keyboard is not flying. No. I actually, well, it's been years now, but I do have my pilot's license, and And yeah, this isn't like flying. The aircraft performs like it is, and mouse and keyboard, yeah, it's not the same. It would be awesome if I could have the joystick, fuel quadrant, all the prop controls, all that kind of stuff set out. That would be awesome. But I've got too many other projects. It is absolutely arcade mode, but it's fun, and it should be. That's what it's supposed to be. I'd love to get my stick actually working in this game too, because that'd be fun. Though not sitting in the cockpit is DCS. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, I've talked to a few guys who play it, and it's like it would take such just for me to get my tech up to snuff so I could actually play it and have it reasonable. Like I'm using a 2009 workstation here. Like it's playing, it works mostly just for the sheer bandwidth I got. You're not a pilot, but I do fly, build RC planes. I used to always want to get into RC. A huge aircraft enthusiast. That's awesome. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who play are like that. I know I do have an RC. I haven't flown that in a long time either because I only ever flew it a couple times. The guy who was showing me how to fly it back in the day crashed it. Like he's like, "Whoa, this is tricky to control." It's like it shouldn't have been. It was a styrofoam glider. Like flying is fun. I learned first on gliders. I'm up in Canada here. I was in Air Cadets and got my gliding license through them, and then I got my private license through them. Unfortunately, my eyesight was not good enough to be a commercial pilot, and so that's all I got to. So, but it is fun. If you get a chance, if there's a gliding club somewhere near you, go chat it up with them and see if you can go up for a flight with them, because it's nice. There's no noisy engine. You can sit and talk. Spinning a glider is fun because they have massive wingspans and it's so slow. As opposed to when I was doing my flight training, the flight school I was at had a 150 Aerobat, and because of my weight and the instructor's weight, I of course trained on a 172 because it can handle the weight, not the 152s. But I was told to go build hours, and so I went over to the CFI, who was signing out the aircraft for the day, and said, "Can I take up the Aerobat?" And he looked at me suspiciously. I mean, we were all air cadets, so it's like he knows that what likely we're going to do. And he's like, what have you been flying? And I'm like, 172. It's like, all right. So that was fun. I got to take that up the one time. And we had a practice area north of the airport, and I thought, let's see how high we can get with it. 10 hours in a Piper Cherokee. Nice. That's as far as able to make it. Hey, whatever you can do. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'll just finish that little goofy story off. I took the Aerobat up to 12,500 feet. It wouldn't climb anymore. So I put her into a spin and I spun it down to 2,000 feet. That was 13 or 14 revolutions. That small little airplane just snaps. And then the spin goes flat too. It was kind of weird because it's usually the nose is very down because your one wing's flying, right? And your other wing isn't. It's stalled. So you're rotating around. And then I'm watching, and the rate of the spin is dropping, and the rate of descent is dropping, and the nose is coming up. And it was really neat because it almost felt like you're sitting. I mean, you weren't anywhere near level, but comparatively, yeah, you felt really level, and you're just rotating. It was really weird. And then it seemed like it stopped, and the wing dropped right down, and snap, 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 snap. Got to do that a couple times. It was after six revolutions that it did that. My instructor and I tried it with the 172, and we could not hold it into a spin more than about 2.5 revolutions. It would spin just like you're training, and then you'd feel it shudder as the the low wings stopped stalling, and then you're in a very steep spiral dive. And it was like, okay, whoop, recover from that because your airspeed just. Oh, the roller coaster? Yeah, we'd do zooms all the time. I did that in my mom's plane. Take friends up and do the zero gravity thing, fly the parabola, and you know they'd hold their pencils or their books in their hands and it'd drift off, and you're like, woo. You only get a few seconds though in a 172, because that's what she had. She did have a little commercial business towing banners for a little bit, and then she stopped doing that. My dad got his license, and then we would go up on the north coast of British Columbia and go fishing. There's a couple abandoned strips on some of the inlets up there. Well, just the one. We'd go in and we'd, do steelhead and salmon fishing, and the one summer I got to do the flying in there, so I got 10 hours of flight time, landing in, fjords basically, and no, it was fun. It's changed a bit. I follow a few pilots on YouTube, and even light aircraft flying, it's cockpit layouts that you would have only imagined were in high-tech fighters. They've got them now in light planes, like glass cockpits. It's just like, what? Just incredible. And everyone uses GPS for everything now, Coolest story, you're on a runway on hold. A fully loaded F-16 landed in front of me. Nice! You're a military brat. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I was in the Civ flying training program they had on base. Nice. Nice. Well, it's so expensive. Oh, my stars. Like, if I hadn't gone through the cadet movement here, there's no way I would have been able to afford to be a pilot. Like, my dad just, he's an electrician. He worked with his dad in some little electrical company and stuff. My mom just stayed at home, yeah, like it was thousands. Well, now it's tens of thousands of dollars to get a pilot's license. And yeah, no, I didn't. I don't know if I knew too many guys who were on the bases. Base brat, yes, that's what we used to call them too. We'd encounter them at summer camps up here. But no, I've got several friends who went into the Air Force up here, and the one guy's flying the transport now. He was actually training on the tutors, on the jet trainers up here. Another buddy, he's actually now I think he's just about in charge of the maintenance division for the Air Force. But we were both taking our aircraft maintenance at the same time, but not in the same place. He went in the military, and I did it privately. Yeah, the refill is what took me out of the program. They had it where you didn't pay for the gas until it was your turn to do an empty fuel plane. That bill alone was huge. Oh, my stars, yeah. Yeah, no, up here with the Air Cadet program was sort of, I think you do have a similar thing. What do they call it? Air Corps? I met up with a couple American cadets when I was on international exchange in England. And yeah, your system works a little different. Ours was sort of an offshoot. They started, I think, during the Second World War to try and get people interested in getting into flying and into the Air Force. And because you could earn your flight training, if you were really keen on it, and of course you have to pass review boards and exams and all that. So really, by the time you're heading for training, you are quite well versed in everything. You've basically, on your own done pretty well all the ground school that is needed, and then you still are in ground school, and they teach you the finer points and the up-to-date air regs and all those important things. Like for me to go flying now, I would probably want to retake a ground school and learn all the new air regs. Well, they're not really new. I mean, most of them, like the fundamentals won't have changed, but the other parts will have. I mean, it's almost could be nicer now. I don't know how the flight schools are doing down there, but I know you can get exemptions and fly MOGAS in a lot of aircraft now. which would be nice. And some places are using ultralights and all that for flight training, which I don't have a problem with really, because they are still aircraft. They still act just like a Cessna, but your operational costs are so much lower and purchase is so much lower. Like my parents sold their plane long ago, but yeah, to go buy a 172 now, like good luck. Very frustrating watching these guys on YouTube who have who have people supporting them and they're running around buying abandoned airplanes. Oh, let's see if we can get it running. It's like, guys, you twerps. Like, let me grab my toolbox out of the garage. Yeah, I'm not in aircraft maintenance more either. I did work for a company in Yellowknife, and I worked for even on paramotors. Nice. Low maintenance, yeah. And I know down in the States, if the aircraft weight is below a certain weight, oh, that's probably the paramotors you're talking about. Yeah, no license is required. I know the fellow up here just out of where I am, outside of Calgary, he developed the, what they call it, the Dragonfly helicopter. It's an ultralight helicopter. And with the carbon fiber boom, it's below the weight limit, so you don't need a license to fly it. And another friend of ours, he runs a machine shop in town. He was machining the parts for this guy, so he built himself one, and actually took it to Oshkosh, and was doing the demonstration flights with the developer. And then they were at the booth afterwards, and the guy said, "Oh, so what did you train on?" And he's like, "Well, on this." It's like, what? Most of the U.S. morons think that means no training required. Well, they can do that if you like. You're free to do that. You're absolutely free to do that. Chances are, your life might not be as long as you would like it to be, or as mobile as it could be, because you're likely going to crash. Like, you look at the development of even the early gliders, like, guys died all the time. It's like, you have in your pocket more knowledge than people would have dreamed of. Like, look it up, read up on it. Save up your money, go to an airfield, take a couple flights. I don't know of any pilots who, if you're in the passenger seat or if you're in the second seat and they take you up for a flight, won't say, "Here, give her a try." Like, come on, there's ways to do it that are smart. Well, I guess you could say that's Darwinism applied. It's like, you know what, if you're dumb enough to do that, then, I don't want you flying around when I'm up there, because you're going to put me at risk. The story of the paraglider chick who went into the stratosphere during a bad storm. Yeah, I think I read that one. It was like holy crap. Like, even in airplanes, you avoid those like the plague, and then you're in a paraglider and it was during a competition, wasn't it? I think I read that one. Yeah. She got sucked up to like 12 grand, like, and just about froze. It's like, yeah, like, oh my stars. I'm like, good grief. It is an amazing story. I mean, she survived. Yay. You wonder how many of them don't, though. Like, it's like, oof. No, gliding is fun. I mean, you've been up in powered planes. I don't know if you've ever been up in a glider, but they're fun. They're really neat. It's a little more relaxing. Um, yeah, I remember that. Like, it's like, oh man, it's like climbing Mount Everest, right? It's like, oh look, what is that over there? Oh, that's bodies of people who were really motivated. Yeah, great. No, someday. Well, I guess I don't have that many years left, but you haven't done a glider yet. You'll have to. You've done skydiving once, though. Yeah, I thought skydiving would be fun, but it's like jumping out of a serviceable airplane. I don't know. Got a couple friends. Well, I got one friend who he did skydiving in Germany when he was over there with the military, and then came back and did it a few times. And he got to the point where he was gonna buy his own parachute, but then he didn't. He went into scuba diving, and that's fun too. he did actually my scuba diver training because I've got my open water scuba diving, but gliders can be fun if you can find a place that does them. Sounds like you were on a base in Florida. I don't know if you're still there. If you're anywhere near the mountains, though, there's several gliding clubs, I believe, that was it's a life-changing event. Saw the world in different. Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I've talked to my buddy about the skydiving, and his thing was like, "Yep, it'd be great. You get too old and start to lose it, just go skydiving and forget to pull the cord." And then, of course, you hear the stories of guys who had accidents, but they survived. And they're like, "Yeah, we always joke about how it's a fast and easy way to go." And he's like, "It's not." South Carolina. So you're on the eastern seaboard, aren't you? Isn't that where that is? My geography's a little rusty. You get so focused on doing life. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I'm sure there's gliding groups out there because it's fun. More inland, but yeah, it's heading towards the east. There should be some gliding places around there. I mean, it depends. I know it's gotten pretty rough up here economically, but there are a few diehards who still, no, I got to keep my plane, and so I know there's some clubs and stuff up here. But from what I've seen, I think it's a little tougher down there right now. Hang gliders, yeah, paragliding and paramotoring. Yeah, with the less regulations and stuff, I could see why that would be more popular. For sure. Hang gliding looks like it would be fun. You're basically just steering through mass location, and all you need is a glider and a nice gentle slope to practice, and you can really practice. I know back in my hometown, they used to hike up the mountains. I was in the interior of British Columbia, so there's some good sized mountains around there. And they would hike up and then run off the edge and glide around. Yeah, it is like that's what I was thinking, because I know, I talked to other guys at work and stuff who have relatives down in the States. They're like, "Oh no, everything's so much cheaper." It's like, I recently had a trip to Seattle, and it's like things are not any cheaper. In fact, the prices seem identical, but in American dollars, which, of course, with the nasty exchange rate right now, means everything's more expensive, and the wages are all lower. I'm like, oh my stars, how does everyone live? And everyone's like, oh yeah, no, and just have 3 or 4 jobs or whatever. It's like, oh my stars, like the disparity isn't the greatest up here between the really rich and the poor, but I'm like, oh my, this is awful. Like, it felt so bad, walking around Seattle, and then and just, of course, there's no help for people with mental health issues, and there seems to be a lot of them in Seattle. I mean, I could see why they'd be attracted to there, because in the winter it's mild, and there's less risk of freezing to death on the street. But it's like the social programs that should be there to sort of keep the entire society's level of livability from dropping into a bottomless pit don't seem to be getting much support. And it's like, most of the Americans I talk to, they're like, yeah, that's an issue we need to look at. It's like, well, awesome. I'm glad people are thinking that way. And then you see others who are like, no, they deserve it. It's like, dude, they're sick. They have mental issues. They're sick. They need help. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what comes of all of this, because, hey, I'm just a working Joe sitting around up in another country looking across the fence going, man, what's going on? Like, all the American cadets I met and everything were just like totally reasonable people and quiet, and then I you know, I'm sure you've met some loudmouth Canadians too. But it was like, it was weird because yeah, the one guy I was chatting with when I was in England, he was from, oh, where was he? Not Minnesota, somewhere around DC. Anyway, he was proud of the fact that they got clip-on ties because they did. Because I was tying my tie because we were on an international air cadet exchange program, and so we had these really nice ties. And of course, I'm tying my tie for the sort of uniform, and he's pointing and laughing, and I'm like, "What's so funny?" It's like, "Oh, you have to tie your tie. I've got this awesome clip-on." And I'm like, "Okay, man, I'm happy for you." And I almost felt bad for them because that was the mid '80s. You know, before we left to go to England, we were gathered together. We Americans like the easy way to stuff, don't we? No, no, I think that's a human thing. Yeah, I don't think you can claim that. No, that's a human thing. I've seen that everywhere. But yeah, like we were all gathered together and we were given some rules for etiquette because, like, literally, some of us, you know, grew up on farms and things. And so it's like, okay, in a formal dinner situation, you know, this is the plate, these are the forks, this is your salad fork, all that kind of stuff. And so that was neat. And, you know, basically how to be diplomatic, how to, you know, and reminder, you're representing your country and just have fun. I think it's a mammal thing. We like to do things easy and slow. Yes, we do like to conserve energy. We would love to rest as much as possible, expend as little energy to get everything we need as possible. Absolutely. I do it too. And that's half of our problem when it's like, hey, where'd that gut come from? I was running around doing football and all stuff, and suddenly there's this gut there, and I'm just, oh, I guess sitting watching football isn't the same as playing it. It's like, no, it's not. Not at all. Or hockey, or whatever it is. Download is complete. Woo! All right. It's not exactly a problem unless you suddenly have to get up and move quickly. Then it's a problem. But yeah, anyway, I'll let you go and go fly. Go have fun. Have yourself a aerial party. And yeah, I no doubt we'll see you around there. What did you say your name was again? Your username, where is it? Not Doom. It had two O's in it. Oof. What is it? I'm gonna write it down. I got my little notepad here. Let's write that down. I'm sure we'll see you around a bit. Have fun blowing the crap out of each other. It's perfect. If I kept going on this topic, I get a sociological. Yeah, that can be a downer. Yeah, because a lot of it, even though we like to talk about it, we can't do a whole lot about it, can we? Woods. That's it, double O. Not Doom, Woods. Yeah. Yeah, Wood 0DS. Yes. All right. Well then, we will see you around. How does the one YouTuber say it? It's like, keep the blue side up. Rare for the chat to be so lively. Oh, yes. Yes, it would be. And someday I'm going to figure out OBS so that it shows up on the screen and all that good stuff. Yes, any landing you walk away from is a good one. And I haven't been to any airplanes, though I know the glider I soloed on and the 172 I soloed on both crashed. Someone showed me, one other cadet a few years later showed me pictures of an incident, and there was the glider I had soloed in, bent up. And I went back to the flight school I was at, and they showed me some pictures of a rental pilot who went down to Spokane or something. And yeah, he didn't flare. So, oof. Yes. RC terms, any landing you can pick up. One piece is a good one. Yes. Yeah, I still have my old RC plane, but the radios have gone so far. And now with FPV, oh man, I would so love to get into that because I could do that. I'm pretty sure I could do that. Put me in the cockpit and I'll be good. But looking at it, is it coming towards me, going away from me? It's like, crap, push too hard. That's it, done. Yeah, I glued mine back together many times, but yeah, all my equipment is all the old style, not digital, and outdated to say the least. You have a camera mount, but nothing past that. Yeah, well, like everything else, right? Gotta save up. That equipment's expensive, and then I mean, compared to what it was like back in the 80s when I was looking at it, it was over $1,000. Oh yeah, you got videos on YouTube. Give me a title and then I'll look it up. I follow XJet out of New Zealand. He does drones and RC flying and stuff. He has quite a few RC videos and FPV videos, and he just has fun with it. He's a good advocate for the hobby, and he thinks the FAA has lost their collective minds putting user IDs on, 250-gram drones. Or is your YouTube channel under Marky Mark? Started in the 90s, no foam, no electric, balsa and gas, yeah. River building them and gassing them. What it's now, where you can just buy the plane finished. User ID on drones does seem kind of silly. Oh, it is. It is. It's basically just a barrier to entry for the hobby. Red Flyer MS. Let me write that down. Oh yeah, building your own stuff is just awesome. You can try posting a link here. I've got your YouTube ID. I'll find it because I usually post these on YouTube as well. The only reason I was streaming actually is because my kids were like, "Yeah, go for it. Just stream. It'll be neat to see how you play games. You have the funniest comments." It's like, I do? Okay. Yeah, why not? Should be able to, so I don't think banned from links. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Whee! Oh, someone. Oh, I got two people who are in the clan, my clan here. Thing, right, you do? Oh. Yeah, well, I go off on the odd social commentary thing too, and it's like, no one needs to hear that crap. Come on. Keep that for Facebook rants, Yay, biplanes. Oh, someone's coming in the room here. Okay, just someone else here telling me that the laundry's done. That link is visible. You're going in social commentary rants is very common to the streaming space. Is it? Oh, okay. See if I can copy that. Oh, no. Copy current address. Yeah, we'll copy that. Yeah, because I've got it full screen. The moment I click on anything outside of the game window closes. All the sound effects stop for me. I don't know if they stop on the stream or not. Anyway, yeah, I'm on older equipment that I've salvaged, got from the electronics recycler here. A lot of companies and stuff seem to just dump their old equipment, and then of course they try and resell what they can to make a buck. So currently I'm using an old Hewlett-Packard workstation, Z600, Z600. But being a workstation, of course, it'll chill and hang out with you till the end of the stream. Daughter's here, hang out with me. 2, game can wait till later. Oh, you'll get there. Social commentary. Oh, from some of the streamers I watch anyway. Yeah, it comes up every so often. I think social commentary is just part of normal adult conversation. Yeah. Wow. Packard, huh? Yes. There was 2 different motherboards for it that it came out with. The second one was you could actually get so that it would work with a little more modern, well, I guess they're not really modern anymore, CPUs. So I've got X56, 5650s? No, 5675s. That's right. I got dual X5665 processors in it. Only 3 gigahertz, but oh, yeah. All right. I was wondering why they were running around in the background here cleaning up. This is because their friends are coming over for a get together here at 3, and it's 5 minutes away, and I still have dishes and stuff out on the counter. Yours was Frankenstein by your brother from a Packard and a Dell. The Packard Dell. Yep. This is a dinosaur. Well, this one isn't so much a dinosaur. There's they've got a YouTube channel, Green PC Gamers, where they cover old office type computers that people adapt for gaming. This one, in the end, cost me, well, I think I spent $60 to get it initially. I spent $15 on an old server that had dual X5675 processors, and I did a processor swap. Then I could get cheap RAM because it's all registered RAM. So I'm running basically 24 cores, 48 gigs of RAM, and then a couple years ago I picked up an RX 580 graphics card, and it seems to be doing all right. It's certainly not the fastest thing out there, and but it's still chugging along with Windows 10, and it's not able to use Windows 11. But yeah, I've got its successor, but I need to figure out how to package it because it is a server, but it's not a HP server. I don't think it's an HP server, but it gets me a whole other half gigahertz faster, and again, dual processor, but it can take up to like 200 and some gigs of RAM. So it won't. Their bottleneck shouldn't be the RAM. It'll just be the actual speed. But anyway, I have to go now. You go have fun. I'm going to go clean up so that my kid here can have their friends over and not be embarrassed by Dad's mess in the kitchen. And yeah, we'll see you in the sky. And we'll go blow holes in each other sometime. Sounds good. Have an awesome afternoon. And we'll see you out there. And with that, I will wrap her up. Oh, not a problem. I mean, it's about, social stuff is about people, like as much as computers and apps and video clips are fun, they're not actual people. So how much do we really get from them? So yeah, no problem talking with people. People being real people is good. And yeah, have fun. And yeah, show your kid how it's done. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.